Hey guys, what's up? It's Brooklyn and welcome back to my channel, Brooklyn's Life. Today, I'm super excited to share with you guys everything you need to know to start a channel in 2023. This is going to be a while, so make sure you watch from beginning to end because I'm going to share with you guys tech, websites that I use to edit, my experiences, posting schedules, advice, just everything you need to know to start a channel. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. When you do those three things, you really help out this channel and you support my dreams of making videos on the internet. So let's get started.
I've been trying to forget, but you won't let me. Something in my brain wants you.
So the number one piece of advice that I could tell anyone that wants to start a channel, especially in 2023, is that your why matters more than how. This goes without saying that I know it's really hard to get caught up in equipment and quality and comparisons to other people, other people's channels, other people's quality. I know how hard it is. Trust me, it's an internal struggle that I've had within myself for a while as well. But your why, your motivation, your purpose for starting a channel matters way more than your quality. And I know it's hard to just feel insecure, to feel like your videos aren't as good as other people's because maybe your quality isn't the same. That goes out the window. Please, 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 please don't feel that way. Your why matters way more than the quality of your videos. If you're intentional with what you're posting, if you're posting content that you truly believe in, it's gonna matter way more than if you have a blurry background or not. That is honestly the most important thing that I can tell to anyone that wants to start a channel. Seriously guys, like I know quality is important, especially video, audio, having important lighting. I understand equipment. Trust me, like I know good quality matters, but I'd rather sit through an okay looking video, but I'm connecting with someone that is intentional about what they're posting, that they have a purpose about what they want to share with the world. I think that matters way more than having a fancy camera and you're boring, okay? Like I think that matters way, way more. So now that we have established that, let me get into a few tips. So an important thing to consider, I know for years on YouTube, whenever you would type in a video of how to grow on YouTube, YouTube strategy tips, etc., the common underlying recommendation has always been niche down. And I'm here to tell you 2023 is the year of not niching down. You are the niche. Who you are, what you enjoy, what you consume, and what you share with other people is the niche. Like you don't need to stick yourself in a box, because personally, that's what I was doing for a while and I was burnt out. I was not loving what I was creating. I was just making videos that I thought would do well because that's what we were all told to do like for years. 2023 is the year of not niching down. So of course have, a common underlying theme. Just have something that like pulls everything together. Maybe like an umbrella of things, of topics that you like to talk about or make videos on, but you don't need a niche. You are the niche. People are gonna watch for you, not just because you're talking about one singular topic. So you are the niche. If you were contemplating starting a channel and you didn't because you didn't know what you were gonna film about, girl, get rid of that. Get rid of that. You are the niche. So keep that in mind. I know everybody is tired of hearing this, and I know you're about to roll your eyes when I say this, but consistency matters. Please understand that I've had a channel for a really long time. This channel that you're watching on isn't the only channel that I've had. I've been making videos since I was a kid. Consistency matters more than anything. It's the one thing that makes a channel successful that you cannot buy. That's a gem right there. Consistency is the one thing that makes a channel successful that you cannot buy. You can't buy it, no one can give it to you. Like consistency matters so much more than equipment, camera. It's important guys, consistency. Having a consistent upload schedule will, one, just tell your viewers when to expect videos from you. Two, it accelerates your growth. Your videos are gonna be pushed out more when YouTube knows that you're like a reliable channel to suggest to others. And three, how are you gonna become a content creator, YouTuber, influencer, whatever you wanna call it, if you can't commit to uploading one video a week? So uploading schedules, let's talk about that, because I know for one, different niches require different posting schedules, I'm sure. My experience is mainly within like the beauty / lifestyle category of YouTube. I'm not really sure how it works for gaming, daily vlogs, travel, etc. But I'm assuming, daily vlogs, you gotta post every day. So how is it gonna look if you're a daily vlogger, asking people to subscribe, trying to create a community when they don't know when the next video of yours is gonna come up? I'm not saying, you know, hard and fast that you have to post every day, X time. Once you get to that point, amazing, awesome, love that for you, because I'm still not there myself. Now, I understand, like, trust me, I understand more than anyone that consistency is so hard, because these past few months that I've been trying to revive my channel, months where I post consistently and months where I don't, there's a big difference in my analytics, there's a big difference in my watch retention. Obviously, there are other factors coming into that, but consistency is a huge thing as well. I know it's hard. Some tips that I have to remain consistent on YouTube is to, you know, create a schedule for when you want to film, when you want to edit, and when you want to post. Give yourself enough time in between so that, you know, if life happens, you know, we're all busy, we all have lives. If something happens, you could still make it to whatever upload date that you chose. Me personally, I'm a big fan of batch filming. So that's just making more than one video in a day, making 2, 3, like however many videos you can make in a day without sacrificing quality, you know, your personality and stuff. Do that, because it helps immensely. Like, if you're a college student like me, if you're just, you know, a busy person, it will help you out a lot. And scheduling your uploads. You know, YouTube has a feature that you can, you know, schedule your uploads. Once you have them up, choose the day that you want it to go live. That's incredibly helpful, because when you're racing to get a video up, sometimes we make mistakes. It's happened to me where sometimes I'll like forget to include an outro in my video. I'll like forget to do something important, or my thumbnails will look really, really bad, even though they don't look as great right now, but I'm always rushing to get a video up. So in 2023, we're both going to be consistent, and we're both going to give ourselves enough time so that we can have quality uploads. Moving on, I'm going to tell you the #1 tip that I recommend to everyone, and that is to just make as much content as possible. I know you're rolling your eyes and you're like, are you serious? That's the big tip. I'm telling you, it's a numbers game. Like, it really is a numbers game for a multitude of reasons. One, you're going to get better at filming, editing, whatever it may be, with each time that you do it. And once you do it a lot, you're gonna get great at it. I was watching another YouTube video. I'll put his channel in the description. He's a really big YouTuber, and one of the things he said is just post at least 100 videos. Like, I'm telling you guys, I've made over 100 videos. A lot of them are not public on this channel because I am not about to show you guys all my bad quality uploads when I was learning. But once you make content a lot, once it becomes a habit, once you get better at it, it's going to become easier to post and film. You're going to pick up on, you know, lighting placements. You're going to learn to edit faster. You're just going to pick up on things. And that's the beauty of making videos. At least that's what I think. Just make content, make as much content as you can, especially when you're just starting out. Your videos are gonna be bad, okay? Like, unless you have a background in videography, unless you're a cinematographer, unless like you have a background that a lot of people do not have, your videos when you first start are gonna be really bad. I'm telling you, because we all learn things like when we first start making videos. A little story for you guys. One of my first videos that I made on this channel, I started this channel, I think like around COVID, when COVID happened, because I was like, I'm gonna be a YouTuber. You know, everybody went through this phase of wanting to be an influencer since we were all stuck at home. That's when I made this channel. This was my like latest like serious attempt at making content. You know, I set up my camera. I didn't have lighting at the time, but I set up my camera right in front of my window and I started to film. Granted, it was really hot and I had my AC on, and I just didn't realize that, hello, when you're filming, the AC is gonna, like, you're gonna hear it in the background. So all throughout my video, you would hear it. All you would hear is just that background noise. Obviously, I didn't know as I was filming. I sat down, started to edit my video. I was so excited that I was finally gonna be a YouTuber, and all it was gonna take is one video, and yep, I had to toss the video. Like, all you heard was the AC. The audio was terrible, but I'll tell you now, I will never make that mistake again. Every time you get better at something, every time you recognize the mistake, and every time you improve, your content becomes way better. It's incredibly beneficial to just make as much content as possible, because you're just going to try and try and try again, and each try you're going to improve, rather than taking a lot of time on one video trying to perfect it, make it perfect. It's never going to be perfect. So that's another thing. Your videos are never going to be perfect. There are plenty of videos I have up on this channel that they're not perfect, but you know what? I got it done in the time frame that I needed to. I was happy with the quality, and I felt like it needed to be out in the world, so that's why it's up. But your quality, something about your video is you're not gonna like it. Nothing is perfect, just get it done. And as long as the message is clear, as long as you think someone would benefit from watching it, then post it. When you make as much content as possible, you will get better quicker. I promise you, and that's what you want. You want to get better quicker so that all of this, setting up lighting, videos, editing, everything becomes easier. That's what we all want. So it's important to understand your numbers, but don't let it deter you. I'm telling you guys, like, there are a lot of things, you know, when you go into YouTube Studio and you look at your analytics, watch time retention, click-through rate, all of these factors are important to know, important to understand, but don't let them deter you. Especially when you're just starting out, your videos are not going to get a lot of views, so the numbers aren't exactly going to be accurate. Like, they're going to be skewed since you're not having a ton of traffic on your videos, but don't let it deter you, please. So I think I read somewhere that being a YouTuber is like the #1 job that kids want now. Like, it's becoming a profession that everybody wants to do, but I'm telling you guys that it's hard. Like, it's obviously not hard, like harder than being a nurse, harder than being a doctor. Like, it's not harder than other professions, but it's not easy. So that's what I'm saying, that a lot of people start making channels or start making videos and then get frustrated after like a month or two, like, oh, nobody's watching my videos, and just give up. Like, I'm telling you guys, it's hard to look at numbers of people watching what you put so much effort into and not getting the traction that you'd like. I know how discouraging it is, trust me. But you just have to keep going and you have to push forward, because all it takes is just one video. All it takes is one video and your channel could just blow up. Like, it's only gonna take one video, but you never know what video that's gonna be. So that's why you just want to continually improve and just keep going. Like, that is something that you cannot buy. You can't buy commitment, you can't buy consistency, but it's the #1 thing that you need for your channel in order to grow. So I talked a lot about things that you can't buy that are super important, but now I'm going to tell you guys about things that you can buy to start a channel. This is basically everything that I use. It's not an exhaustive list. Like, some things are just like cables, SD cards, that sort of thing that you probably already know you need. But let's talk about camera, because I know that's what everybody wants to talk about. Let's talk about camera. I did not start off this way. Like, I started off using my phone and I gradually increased to a camera and to improving my lighting, improving my audio. Like, it's a process. It's a journey. You can't rush it. It just happens gradually, because one, if you went out and spent a ton of money on these things, you're not going to know how to use it. It's not going to instantly make your channel better, because you don't have the commitment or the consistency to upload videos frequently. So what's the point of having super pricey equipment that you don't know how to use if you're not there yet? Like, it's a process and it's a journey, so you can't rush it. My camera I've had for over 10 years. I think I got it in middle school when, you know, I was making videos back then, but this is the camera that I'm using right now. I use the Canon SL1. So it's old. Like, you guys know the Rebel line. I think they're up to like 7 or something. This is the 1 model, the first model. A little bit about the camera. I also use a 50mm lens with an f1.8, so that's how I get a nice, like, blurry background. Like, it's a very, very affordable setup. That's something that I will say. I don't know if the camera is still, like, sold. Like, I know you can buy it off of Amazon or something, but I don't know if it's something that's, like, easily accessible, since there are, like, newer models. But I love this camera because it's very beginner friendly. Obviously, like, the quality looks pretty good, you know, but I wouldn't recommend it if you were just starting out now, because you can get something nicer, newer, for probably around the same price, because it's not going to be worth as much now as when I got it like 10 years ago. But I love the camera and I love this lens. Get this lens if you are just starting out, because one, camera equipment, lenses, everything, that could be very pricey. But this lens right here, 50mm, the aperture is 1.8. It's great for me. I get a blurry background. I could take nice portrait photography as well, but it's a great lens, very affordable. I think it's under $200, easily accessible. It's honestly a great starter lens. You don't want to go and buy a super expensive lens, a super expensive camera, and then one, you don't even know how to use it. This setup right here works for me. Beginner friendly, affordable, love it. So when I hook up my camera, obviously I have a tripod. I didn't even buy it online. I got it at like a thrift store. So I lucked out because it's a professional, sturdy tripod. I love this tripod. It's from the brand Targus. I'm gonna link something down below for you guys, but love that tripod. I hook it up to my computer. So the program that I use, because my camera does not have a flip out screen, you know, like a viewfinder, my camera does not have that. So what I do is I connect it to my laptop using, you know, like a regular cord, and I use the program EOS Utility. It's great. I use it so that I could see myself on my computer because one, even if it did have a viewfinder, I'm blind. Like I'm not actually blind. I can't see without my glasses far distances, so I wouldn't be able to even see the viewfinder if I had one. So I just use my laptop and I hook it up right here so that I could look at myself as I'm filming, make sure I'm in focus, all of that. So speaking of computers, let's talk about editing. You don't need a crazy editing software if you're just starting out. Please don't. So you could edit on your iPad, your phone, your computer, your Mac, like whatever you have. If you have a Mac, just use iMovie. Like you don't need anything crazy like as you're just starting out. Once you feel comfortable and once your channel gets to a certain point that you know that you just need to upgrade your editing software, I like Final Cut Pro as well. And another free editing software that you could use, I think you could use this Mac or Android, is CapCut. CapCut is a great app that I'm sure you've probably heard of. If you haven't, it's popular for editing TikToks, but they have a desktop version as well. The transitions are good, the titles are good, like the text that you could use. It's a great option. You can use it on your iPad, computer. Just use CapCut. The transitions are cute, like I like it. I don't use it right now, but it's a great option if you're starting out. It's free. It's great. Just use CapCut. Aside from this camera, I also have like a vlogging camera. I'm using air quotes because I don't typically vlog as often anymore. I think I did like 2 vlogs in December for Vlogmas, but I don't vlog as much. But I do have the Canon G7X Mark II. Beautiful camera, very easy, simple to use, great pictures and great videos. I'll include some clips of what I've shot with that camera. Very simple, easy to use, easy to set up. I love it. I don't use it for my sit-down videos as much anymore because I just like this camera. I'm comfortable with this camera, and yeah, you know, you'll develop preferences as you make videos and you know what to use for what video. You don't need 2 cameras. You don't even need 1 camera. Your phone, most smartphones nowadays like look great. So camera quality isn't everything, but I will say before you buy cameras, look up reviews. I'm not saying like look at the stars that's on Amazon. Watch a ton of videos about whatever camera you're gonna buy. Look up videos that are using that camera and just see if the quality is something that you're looking for. Research is super important when buying a camera, and look at like trusted sources. I'm not saying look at like only watch specific people's videos, but it's super important to do a lot of background information before purchasing something that's gonna cost a lot of money. And it's just good to get different opinions, especially from professional photographers, professional videographers, people that, you know, this is their wheelhouse. So I always look at videos from like trusted sources, trusted channels like that, just so I'll understand the product that I'm purchasing better. So let's talk about the next item, and that's lighting. Lighting is super important. Well, I'm also a broke college student, so I don't exactly have a professional lighting setup either, but this is what I use from things that I purchased over the years. This isn't like how I started off, but I bootstrap things. This isn't super glamorous, isn't, you know, this isn't professional, but this is what I use to make videos that I think look pretty okay. 1, I have a ring light. I bought a ring light when the ring light hype was happening on TikTok, on Instagram, when everybody had a ring light. I wouldn't exactly recommend it now. It's not my favorite, but it's what I have, so that's what I'm using. I have a newer ring light. I'll leave a link for when I got it on Amazon. It's on sale right now, actually, weirdly enough. But yeah, I use a ring light as like my main source of light. Then what I purchased years ago, I think I got these like in 2019. I got these stands, these umbrella stands. I don't even use the umbrella attachment anymore. I literally just use the stands, and then I attach these light bulbs to it. I'm going to include pictures so that you guys get a sense of what I'm talking about, because I'm using them right now. I can't exactly show you them. I use a main light, a ring light, right in front of me just to, like, you know, keep me in frame. lit properly, then I'll do a side profile light around 45 degrees to me, and then one light angled right behind me so that, you know, it separates me from the background. I use 3 lights as well as a small panel light similar to the aeoUX light that's going viral on TikTok. Similar to that, it's a panel LED light. The brand is called Savage. It's an RGB light. Really cute. Some of my other videos that you've seen where my background is like a different color, that's what I was using, just panel light. I really like it to just give me a warmth to my face since I can control the nighttime routine color settings. Like I can make it warmer, especially because all of these lights I cannot control if they're warm toned, cool toned. I don't really diffuse them either because I took off the umbrella attachments. So to make sure that I'm not too white, I use like a warm toned light just to sort of balance everything out. But that's what I use for lighting. Lighting is super important, but it's also great to just work with what you have. I'm an example of that. Just work with what you have. Just make the best of it, seriously. Like, you don't need a super expensive light to make good videos, but you do need lighting because lighting is super important. Another super important factor is audio. So I don't know if you guys could tell, this was a recent addition, but I use a Lav Mic right now. I love it. I hook it up to my camera. I don't have to do any like audio editing. It's great, sounds great. It's an upgrade, a big upgrade from what I was previously doing, which was absolutely nothing. I was just using my camera audio. Wasn't good. This is cute, crisp, affordable. I think it was like 40 bucks or less than 40 bucks. A great low cost but effective upgrade to just improve the quality of your videos. Another thing that I do is if you're in the beauty niche as well and you're doing your makeup and you're sitting for hours, what I have that is like the best $12.99 that I've ever spent on this channel, and that is a DC coupler for my camera. It's an AC power adapter. It's essentially, mind you, I'm not a tech person, but it's essentially a battery that there's like an attachment that you plug in to your battery for your camera, and you could just plug it in to an outlet. So as opposed to having a limited power supply from a battery that you have to charge, and you know, once it's dead you gotta take it out, let it charge, and then use it again. Instead of that, you could just use this cord that you can plug into an outlet. It's changed my life. It was $12.99 and it is the best $12.99 I've ever spent. As you continue to make videos, you're gonna make purchases that will improve your videos, make it easier for you to film, and just make it easier for you to make content for people to watch. So these are my tips that I have for you guys. I'm definitely going to do a part 2 because I've learned a lot over the years of filming, and I enjoy helping people get started making content because I think we need a lot more diverse voices, stories, and people sharing their lives on social media. So if I could help in any way, I'd love to. These are tips, tricks, advice that I really hope that you take into consideration because most of the people that watch this video is going to go in one ear and out the other. And I don't take it personally. That's just human nature. We don't receive information until we're ready to. So a lot of people that just heard this video, like you, are not going to take these tips. They're not going to listen to this advice, and they're not going to start their channels, or they're not going to do it effectively. So if you're committed, if you're ready, determined, etc., this is the green light. This is the sign that you needed to just get started and go. So you're already ahead of like 90% of the people that are not going to take this advice and that are not going to start their channels. So start where you are, start with what you have, and start now. Your future self will thank you later. Bye. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in my next one.
It's like keep holding on to this present time, inspired by the ones that were left behind us. We fell for the light of a foreign sky, blind to the forces above this life.